Yep. Good morning. Today is Wednesday, September the 23rd, 2020. Notice has been given of a public hearing of Commissioners Court of Grimes County, Texas to be held this date at this time, which is 8:45 a.m. We are at the County Annex Building, 114 West Buffington Avenue, Anderson, Texas, at which time the following subjects will be discussed and acted upon to wit. The meeting has been called to order. Agenda item number 1. Agenda item number 2. The Grimes County Commissioners will conduct a public hearing on the proposed tax rate of .526933 per hundred taxable value for fiscal year October 1, 2020 through September 30, 2021. And we are waiting for any public comments. For those that may be watching online or will be watching online later, just a couple of things to note: that the county overall is collecting more tax revenue than we did last year, but that's not due to a tax rate increase. That's due to a valuation increase and also along the lines of new properties and new entities that are allowed to be taxed. The commissioners have worked very diligently in putting this year's budget together, and as a result, we have reduced the actual tax rate to the number that was quoted just a moment ago, the .526933, from the previous tax rate that was 53.0261, something like that, and had been that rate for at least the last 4, 5, 6, 7 years as the tax rate that the county collected taxes on. Some of those that might be watching or viewing would say, well, that's not enough as a reduction. But under the current circumstances, with everything that's going on, and the improvements that we're trying to make in the county, I applaud the commissioners in their effort to at least hold the previous tax rate, and then at the end of the day, even though it's only a slight reduction, it is a reduction. And where some might say, yeah, but your neighboring counties, they knocked off a nickel on their tax rate. Well, I would just remind you, one of our counties had a tax rate of about 66 cents per hundred, and they took a nickel off and brought it down to 61 cents per hundred. But I'll remind you that we're at .52 cents per hundred. So the work has been put in. We're going to still try to maintain all of the county departments and activities. We have dedicated a very large amount of money to Road and Bridge for them to continue to maintain what we have, resurface what they can, and keep up from the damage that we've had from the previous disaster declarations. Thank goodness Beta didn't really cause us anything except some soggy roads, so we'll get those graded when things start drying out. But we're on target with the new Justice Center, and we're within budget as we speak right now. And when that project is to be completed, it is to be completed without having to borrow any money or reduce in any other areas of the county. So, commissioners, I applaud you for the energy and effort that you've put into putting this year's budget together. It has not easy. Some of the discussions have been difficult, and some of them might have even been frustrating. But that's what we're elected to do, is to try to make the best decisions that we can when it comes to spending the taxpayer dollars. So I believe you've upheld your fiduciary responsibilities, and for that I thank you. Deputy Cook, is there a line out the door for this public hearing?
Anybody here for public hearing? There you
Well, since this is a very important public hearing and because the streets are still wet and damp, we're gonna go for another 4 or 5 minutes here to see if anybody wants to come and make comment. And Commissioners, the floor is open to you if you desire.
I'd like to also say, and due to the pandemic, we've also taken in consideration that there are going to be things that we're going to have to continue to do as a whole, as a county, to make sure our citizens are safe when they visit our county buildings. I think that's going to have an impact on our budget that we haven't seen before. I'd also like to say we're trying to make great strides in improving the broadband internet connections here in the county. And I think that's going to be very important, especially in a time where we're doing so much Zooming and virtual learning over the internet. It's going to be important that our citizens have better internet access in the future, and in the present. So all of those things have been taken into account in this budget. So that's all I wanted to add to the conversation.
Thank you, Commissioner Walker. For you folks that have business associates and contacts out in the business world, if you know of anybody that's looking to relocate their business from one county to another, Grimes County is a really good county to relocate your business to. We've got good access between Highway 90 and Highway 90 and 105. We're not very far off of Highway 6. It's not too far from Highway 30 or I-45, so we are in a good central location between Brazos County that has Bryan College Station and a lot of activity up there. We're just a little bit west of Montgomery County. They're our neighbors. And then we've got Waller County to the southwest. So we're in a good spot. And with the new 249 access going from Highway 105, snap dab into, I don't know if snap dab's a good word, but I know what I mean. Back down to the main arteries of Harris County and the Houston metropolitan area. It's going to be an easy commute for people to get on that 249 and get down into the Houston area. Not that you'd want to go, but if that's where you work and you have to go, it's going to be better access. So a lot of opportunity. So we welcome businesses to Grimes County. I'll say the right kind of businesses.
We've also labeled that 249 corridor the biotech corridor, because with all of the research that's going on now at A&M,
Correct.
and the medical center, one of the largest medical centers in the world, the connection is important. So
we have a third agenda item. I'm going to go ahead and move to that since I haven't heard any other comments on agenda item number 2. Number 3 is consider and hear any public comments regarding the district clerk's proposed FY21 annual written plan for the preservation and restoration of the district court records archive pursuant to Texas Local Government Code 51.305, our attachment number 3. Ms. LaFleur, do you want to read that plan?
I just want to kind of hit the high spot.
All
I'm
right,
not gonna
that'll
read
be fine.
the answer, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so I'm submitting the yearly district clerk archive fee plan as required by Government Code 51.305. The plan for 2020-2021 will be to continue to collect the $10 archive fee. As years pass by, we will be constantly having files to be restored. Maybe someday we will be paperless, but hopefully not in my time. I like the touchy-feely. Okay, with that said, we'll also be, have projects that need to be done to restore records constantly. And of course, I know we've said it over and over again, but anything back behind 1951, we cannot destroy. So we've got to have access for all those records, and of course, we're putting them on line also. We don't have any specific project this year because of the monies that are in there. I think there's around 20,000, maybe a little more. So I want that to get a little bigger and grow, and hopefully when we get in the new building, I'll have enough money in there to do some preserving of the records in our new facility. Any questions?
I have none, Commissioners.
I have none.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we'll give the public a few minutes to approach if they have any comments.
Now, look at her.
Are there any other public comments regarding the
Thank you.
proposed tax rate, or any public comments regarding the district clerk's proposed written annual plan? Third and final call, are there any additional public comments? Hearing none, is there a motion to adjourn?
I make the motion, we adjourn.
Second.
There's a motion before the court on agenda item number 4 by Commissioner Walker, seconded by Commissioner Dobianski to adjourn. Is there any further discussion? And hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? That motion carries. This public hearing is adjourned.